People like to talk about the cost of crime, and I think there's a lot of hidden costs to crime. Just today, in the last couple of days, my buddy, my buddy Philippe, he was telling me that his car is broken into. It was a rental car, so it was covered by his insurance, but clearly his insurance is going to be impacted. Uh, my tenant, I had a tenant recently, and he had a his bike was stolen, and I'll show that video to you as well. And then there was a big shootout here in D.C. where a lot of people had their things stolen, cars destroyed, stuff like that. So the first video is the video of my tenant, and it's one of many that he sent me here. And take a look at this video here. This is right outside of his establishment in on 8th Street Northeast, Washington D.C. there, and you'll see the video, and there it is. There, the guy just walked up. His bike is here. You can see his bike near the top of the screen here, and you see a guy. This is I think this is 8th and 8th Street Northeast, Washington D.C. here. This is the Nomad Bar and Grill here. You see, the guy just walks off with his bike there, as if it was his bike there. And so, in this is my tenant. He's been my tenant for about 10 years, and he was telling me that the police was so flippant about it that they did not even want to investigate this issue. And so, again, this is a $1,500 bike that some guy just walks off with, and the police were like, "Hey, forget about it." But luckily for him, he had GPS on his bike, so he was able to track the bike himself, which again could be very dangerous, going around tracking your bike from someone brazen enough to steal it. So that was the case for him. And then I saw this video here, and I talked about it on another stream here, and I want you to listen to this lady. I think you'll hear her in this video here.
See on 7 News, people taking cover after at least 140 gunshots were fired in Northeast D.C. just Wednesday night. Thank you for joining us. I'm Michelle Marsh.
And I'm Scott Thuman. Those shots leaving a man injured and a church riddled with bullet holes. Our crew went back to the neighborhood today and found doors that were blown out and a house and multiple cars damaged. Our Washington, D.C. reporter, Felicia Ashley, is joining us live near Benning Road. And Felicia, how many suspects are police looking for right now?
Well, they're looking for upwards, listen to this, upwards of 4 suspects, and that's because this was a very large shootout beef between 2 separate groups. And I want to show you just behind this gate right here, that was the focal point of the shooting, rather the target. And one thing I want to tell you is that in this video, what you're going to see young kids, parents running because these bullets went everywhere across this neighborhood.
That's where one of the bullets traveled through the roof.
A family with their babies and kids in hand was leaving the church after planning a shut-in Wednesday night.
Get in here! Get in!
Police say a shootout between 2 groups near 15th and Benning Road. More than 140 shots across the neighborhood, blowing out these cars, hitting homes, and the Solid Rock Perfecting Church.
I'm not a person that's easily to scare, but it is definitely unnerving because and it's not in the evening now, it's at any time of the day, morning, noon, night, just any time. And again, the community there.
And she's not telling a lie there. My buddy Philippe, his car was broken into at 11 a.m. in front of one of his rental properties. As you can see, my tenant's bike was stolen. Looks like it was daylight. Again, on a busy thoroughfare there.
Crying out.
I spoke to Crystal Diallo after she finished sweeping up the debris from the bullets. She says the apartments owned by the Horning brothers have brought fear to the church.
You can see right through where the
correct.
shooting happened.
Yes. Like I said, this isn't the first time. I'm just leaving here where we were faced.
What does the owner of the apartment building have to do with this? Was he shooting? Were they shooting?
Faced with people just pointing guns at us and robbing. They stole someone's car and just driving down the street and guns pointed at us.
A place of worship and community say they're caught in the middle of a battleground.
People are dropping like flies over here. I mean, the neighborhood is really bad. Every night, I seen a body get picked up across the street from me.
Deborah Warren says the sounds felt like shots were going through her apartment down the street. Have you had a chance to speak with your ANC, seen any ANCs?
When they talk about how the high insurance rates in DC, look at the damage to these cars. This is a very expensive damage here to these cars. All these cars, multiple cars. They're going to be going to a repair shop near you.
Council members, any leadership in this area?
Not at all.
As far as security and watch each other's back, you know, that's pretty much how we've been trying to maintain.
And community members and the church told me they do not know how much longer they can maintain all of this on their own. And to give you an idea of just how intense this shooting was, you can slightly see a police car there. There's another police car literally pulling up as we're talking to you. There is an increased police presence in this area right now, but those shots from through that alley and through that apartment complex, they hit these homes. And the church you were telling me about in this report, they went through this ceiling up here. So for now, reporting live from Northeast DC, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
All right.
Wow, that's really amazing. That's just one story there. Here's another one.
More than 140 shots fired in a Northeast community, sending bullets flying Wednesday night. Families with children having to run to safety as cars, homes, even a church were riddled with gunshots. The news is gathering new details tonight about this shooting and the ongoing investigation. This happened near 15th and Benning Road in Northeast. Our DC reporter Felicia Ashley shows us how this crime is costing families in a community where residents tell us they are already struggling to make ends meet.
I spoke to a mother who's just trying to make ends meet for herself and her son, but she says now for the third time her vehicle has been shot up, caught in the crossfire.
This is a very interesting story. I want you to pay particular close attention to what she's saying here. This is the third time she's had to deal with shootouts causing damage to her car. Take a listen.
Of shootouts in her neighborhood, and now it's costing her money she does not have, not just to fix her vehicle, but to also put back the pieces of her life again. This is not fireworks. Only 7 News obtained this video of more than 140 bullets shooting between the Pentacle, Benning Courts, and Aziz Bates apartments owned by the Horning brothers in Northeast.
Every time I look at that hole, it freaks me out to know if I was sitting in my seat.
I spoke to a mom. One of the dozen vehicles that were hit was hers, on top of the church and the homes that shots flew through.
So it was shot in the backside.
I just had to point out that this is a food desert, by the way. Where this lady lives, it would be characterized as a food desert. She hasn't missed a meal.
Right here and down here, the bullet came through on this side, came through to the seat belt, which put a hole in the seat belt, through the dashboard, both sides, and then went through the back seat.
Had you been sitting in that front seat, you would have been...
I would have got hit. I would have got hit, and it would have killed me, but it took me out. Instead of me trying to pay rent, I'm gonna have to pay to get my car fixed.
Wait a minute, what'd she say? Wait a minute, what'd you say? Wait a minute, what? I don't believe she just said that. And therein again lies a critical piece of where the landlord comes in to save the day. These people depend on the landlord as a creditor. When everything goes haywire in their lives, when shit goes sideways, they have to come back to the landlord and say, hey man, things went sideways in the middle of the month. It was a shooting. It wasn't my fault. I need a little credit, Mr. Landlord. I got to get my car running so I can get back to work for my children and so on and so forth. And again, the landlord becomes the creditor. And this is one of the reasons why I say you cannot allow these people to go month to month. There's too much going on in their lives. Some of it out of their control, this shooting here, that you have to charge these people week by week, day by day, bi-weekly at the longest. Month to month is a fool's errand with these people. There's just too much going on, and they will always lean on you as the creditor.
Instead of me trying to pay rent, I'm gonna have to pay to get my car fixed. I don't have the money like that. I don't make a lot of money.
This mom was recently impacted by the federal layoffs and now by the impacts of this.
And there is a second thing to drop there is that this woman is impacted by the government layoffs. She probably has a make-work job, and this makes it very a risky proposition to rent to, even when she's working, because she's prone to be laid off.
Shootout.
Deposit for the rental car, you gotta pay the deductible for your car, and you still gotta just pay the taxes and everything. So it's charging me everything I had.
She said one insurance company dropped her because there were too many shootings in her neighborhood.
This is actually the third time my car was shot. The first time was through the window, the front window, into the seat, and went into the back where my child sit at. And we got out the car 3 minutes before the shooting happened.
What's your biggest fear?
Getting killed.
Getting killed by whom? They didn't ask her that question, and I'm sure she would have answered. She didn't mention racism being her biggest fear. It's being killed by a stray bullet by a random YN. That's the meat of the matter. That's what she can't say, but she has to live with it. The reporter who knows it can't ask her. To save her job, she better not ask her. Getting killed by whom? Is the question.
Getting killed, or one of my kids get hurt.
Police are still looking for upwards of 4 suspects that were involved in this very large shootout that impacted multiple families in this community. For now, reporting from the DC Bureau, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
And here's another headline I see here. Just happened 1 day ago. Take a listen.
People don't value people's life anymore. 16-year-old, what you all doing at somebody's place who's not your relative, you're not your people? Why? I just don't understand.
Grieving friends and family asking for answers hours after a deadly dispute in Beltsville. Prince George's County Police say Neville Robinson died after he was struck by a car in front of his home here on Rhode Island Avenue in Garrett Thursday night. Investigators say a 16-year-old from Bowie was driving that vehicle, and according to detectives, the 67-year-old opened fire on the teen moments before he was hit.
We just hear pop, 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 like 4 shots go off.
This neighbor didn't want to show his face, but he had no problem sharing this video and describing the aftermath.
Not even a second later, I hear someone go like, ah, and a car just speed off. I didn't think nothing of it. 5 minutes later, my brother comes, there's a lot of police outside. I came outside, and well, we saw one of our neighbors on the floor.
Another neighbor's doorbell cam recording as EMTs arrived just before 11 p.m. Police say Robinson had been involved in an ongoing dispute with the 16-year-old driver, and for some reason, the teen came to his home Thursday night.
You can see, like it seems like he having problem with the neighbors. Got all his door are smashed with eggs. Like they give his door a egg bath.
Now devastated friends like Christine are left wondering why. Police say they have located the teen driver, and they're working with the state's attorney's office to decide what's next. Friends and neighbors describe Robinson as kind, caring, and generous.
Your own Neville, he give you nothing but jokes. No, there's no dull moments about him. Very loving, generous person, jolly rally person. I don't know him as no evil person.
And again, this is an ongoing investigation. If you know anything that can help, call Prince George's County Police.
That's amazing. You heard the Caribbean woman there speaking to the camera. A lot of Caribbeans apparently live in this neighborhood. I think a lot of Caribbeans live in Maryland area. So it's very interesting. Probably a YN runs this man over after repeated disputes with him after he egged his home there. Very interesting again. It's just a rising cause of the dysfunction of the Black Americans. The YNs are causing everyone here. Once again, thanks for joining. Hope you enjoyed this stream. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button. Thanks again. I am